Welcome back, one and all, whether you be supporters of the Miami Dolphiones or maybe even the Philadelphia Pidgeys. Fly Pidgeys fly, as their motto goes. But no, the Philadelphia Pidgeys are actually one of the teams I play in the other conference. And yeah, they started off 0-1 after a very close loss to Visuale. It was probably one of the best players in the league. Captain B-Nard, though, is a rookie to, battling here in draft format. But he's a very good battler, and he's also a YouTuber. Check him out after this battle. I'm sure he'll have his side up soon, if not already. But I would really like to get off a 2-0 start here. And for those who don't recall, here's the Miami Dolphiones. It's actually a little bit outside my comfort zone. It's a bulkiest draft probably I've ever made in any of my 3 previous draft leagues, whether it be the PGBL or the first 2 NGDLs. But I definitely am happy with it, but it's a little bit outside my comfort zone. It's bulky. I mean, obviously, I have one Blazing Pokemon in Mega Beedrill, but I feel like I'm going to be behind in the speed category more often than not in this league. And that's kind of unfortunate considering I do have Tapu Lele, who loves to be abused with his first Pokemon, the Mega Alakazam, or potentially Mega Alakazam. The first thing you're going to notice about the Pidgeys is he actually has 2 Megas. He has that Mega Alakazam, and he also has Mega Aggron. So he can pretty much use whichever one he feels is best in the given situation. Obviously, regular Alakazam, is a very strong Pokemon in its own right, and he can use a lot of interesting sets, including Focus Sash, a Choice Scarf set, a Life Orb set, and he can basically be just as threatening as regular Alakazam. But I have to be really careful this week because Tapu Lele was a monster in Week 1, getting 5 kills. But I have to be really careful about when to set up the Psychic Terrain. I am going to bring it, and I was contemplating not to, but it's just too good not to bring. But I have to be really, really careful, because he's definitely going to bring that Alakazam. And I do need to abuse, again, Sticky Webs this week if I want to hope to win, because he does have the speed advantage, like my previous opponent. The Talonflame can be very scary. In fact, it's actually seeing the Talonflame, even though if he does bring Gale Wings, I can block it with Psychic Terrain. It's still a very fast and very scary Pokemon. I decided not to bring Decidueye this week because of it. He obviously has the Goodra, which is obviously going to be bulky, but the Mega Alakazam is obviously the scariest thing, because if I get into a situation that it's in the Psychic Terrain, it might sweep me. And of course, getting around Mega Aggron is also going to be a pain, because it's just a really, really hard Pokemon for me to deal with. So this is actually kind of a scary team when I prep for it. So there's the team I decided to bring. Masquerain is going to make its first appearance this season. Like I said, his team matches up very well against mine on paper. So I'm actually a little more nervous than I was in Week 1. So we're going to have to see how it goes. So yeah, in comes, well, there he is, Captain B-Nard himself, with his silver shades. And I'm going to go ahead and leave with my Masquerain. I need to set up webs. And he has one potential Rapid Spinner, and that's it. And that's his Hitmonlee, which he did bring. So I have to, even though I want to set up Sticky Webs early, I have to be careful to keep Masquerain alive. And for that reason, I don't want to stay in here against Raikou, because Raikou is obviously going to just go for the Volt Switch. It'll hit me down on my Focus Sash, and because he has that potential Rapid Spinner, I want to keep Masquerain around. So I'm just going to go out into my Heatran, which is a special bulk set. It ends up doing a little more than I expected, unfortunately, but that's just the power of Raikou. But yeah, he's going to go out into a Snorlax. I'm predicting an obvious Earthquake here, so I'm going to go to Masquerain. I do get the Intimidate off anyway, and he does go for the Earthquake, which is excellent, because now I can go ahead and set up my webs. And yeah, so I set them up, although he still has that Hitmonlee, you could potentially get rid of them. I really wanted to bring Decidueye this week to Spin Block, but I thought he'd bring Talonflame. He actually didn't bring Talonflame, which is interesting. But anyway, this fat thing is, yeah, going to be really annoying. I go into my Vaporeon. This is actually a special bulk Vaporeon, not the normal physical bulk. So it ends up doing a lot of damage with his Body Slam at -1. So yeah, this is like a max attack Snorlax. And he actually carries the Wild Charge, so that was a little unexpected. I probably should have protected that turn, because I am a Wish Protector. That was kind of a mistake on my part. I decided to go for the Scald. And looking at that damage, it's almost certainly a Assault Fester, which I kind of already figured, knowing part of its or most of its moves. But yeah, he's going to go ahead and switch out though. He doesn't want to get burned, so he's going to go out into Raikou again, which is pretty good, because obviously he's going to be able to speed me even without the Sticky Webs because of my paralysis. I go for the Protect because I'm trying to get some leftovers recovery, and now I have a really hard choice. I decide to go into my Heatran again, knowing how much that Volt Switch does. And yeah, he's going to leave me at like a third of my HP after this. And that's unfortunate, because Heatran has been actually kind of got withered down in the first 2 games here, and now he's going to be able to go into Hitmonlee, and I really don't want to give him a free Rapid Spin, because, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to go for that. So I just go for a Lava thingy, and he ends up just going for the knockoff, so I was like, oh, okay, he's going to knock my Choppleberry. Not that Choppleberry would have protected me at this range. But yeah, I'm just going to go for another one, and he goes for another knockoff to finish me off, and I'm like, okay, I'm perfectly fine with letting, you know, Sticky Web stay up, because now this thing is weak enough that I can basically revenge kill it. So I go into my Mega B, which actually was kind of a mistake. I should have probably went into Lele, maybe, because this thing could have priority moves, but, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what his set is. I just go for a U-turn to kill it, and it dies, so there you go. I don't really have to worry about the Rapid Spin anymore. He doesn't have any potential defoggers left, so I know that my Sticky Webs are going to stay up and are safe, so I go into Masquerain here, because I have to show first, because I did kill him with the U-turn. So I'm going to go to Masquerain because I know it'll bring out this Raikou. Like I said, I need to sack something, because he has like a perfect switch in for pretty much everything. And at least I'll get a Bug Buzz damage here off on this Raikou. I end up getting the special defense drop, not that it matters, because he's going to Volt Switch and be able to take out Masquerain. But Masquerain kind of did its job on this team already. It got up those webs, which are oh so critical. And yeah, that's pretty nice. And I did some decent damage to Raikou too. So anyway, in comes his Snorlax. So yeah, I'm just going to go straight into my kommo-o, which obviously is going to scare this guy away. There's no way he can live a close combat at this range, I count. Even if he was like max HP, max defense, it would kill him at this point, because it would do at like minimum 90-something%. So just go for the close combat to take this Kevin Owens thing out. This fat Snorlax thing. So anyway, in comes Mustachio, which is a pretty good name for an Alakazam. And I do not want to stay in. Now, one thing we did notice in the beginning, that he did bring the Aggron as well, so I know this is probably either going to be a Scarf. In fact, I'm kind of fearing a Scarf Alakazam here. Maybe counter my webs. But, yeah, he just goes for a Psychic, as I just go into Vaporeon pretty much as Death Fodder. I try to go for the Protect here. I'm just trying to scout a move, see if he's going to switch it up or not. That's actually might be, that could have been actually really bad for me, because it could have given him a chance to, like, set up, but oh well. No, he is gonna just go and finish off my Vaporeon, and I still don't know what the set is here on this Alakazam. But like I said, I'm between, like, it's either gonna be Scarfed or it's gonna be Sashed. But either way, I'm just gonna go to my Mega B. I'm gonna go for that U-turn. I know that I should outspeed, even if he is Scarfed, I'm gonna outspeed because of the Sticky Webs. So I'm just gonna go for the U-turn. He's gonna go out into his Raikou, and I do not quite kill, which is actually convenient for me, because this allows me to go out into my kommo-o, and this is actually going to be a Commonium Z kommo-o. It's the thing I really wanted to, you know, give a try, and that's the reason I drafted kommo-o, is to abuse here with the, you know, the Commonium Z, which will give me the Rainbow boost. He doesn't have any fairies on his entire squad, so that's why I decided to bring it this week, is obviously he can be blocked by fairies. But this is an excellent situation for me, because this is going to give me that Rainbow boost while also killing the Raikou. And yeah, obviously it's a little bit of a waste here, because, you know, it's a pretty powerful move that I'm using here just on Raikou. But my kommo-o at +1 can actually 1-hit KO everything on his team, except for maybe a Focus Sash Alakazam. But everything else gets 1-hit KO'd. I can, unless he's like max defense Goodra, I can kill that with a close combat. Actually, no, I can't quite kill Mega Aggron either, but he can't kill me either. He goes into the Alakazam, though, and I'm like, oh crap, this is going to be a Focus Sash one, isn't it? And it is. So, yeah, so he has that Focus Sash. Fortunately, though, for me, I made sure at +1 special defense, I'm able to actually live a Psychic from an unboosted regular Alakazam. So, pat on the back there. Like, that was actually max damage, or close to max damage there. So he actually got kind of lucky with that damage. He couldn't have killed me without a crit, according to my count, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, this Mega Aggron, once it Mega Evolves, it does get the, the Solid Rock ability, the damage reduction ability for super effective hits, I want to say. So it is going to be able to live. In fact, it lives it really well, which means it probably is like a full defense set. No, Filter. It's Filter. It's called Filter, but it's basically the same thing. They decided just to name it something different for whatever reasons. But no. Anyway, yeah, it takes that really nicely. I'm going to go to my Tapu Lele, and it really comes down to this. I can't kill B. Drill Burn does nothing. I need to hope that I can connect here with a Focus Blast, and I do! So, Focus Miss, thank you for not missing because obviously if I missed, this would probably be game over because my only Pokemon left is Mega B. Anyway, in comes his Goodra, and this is like where the mind games happen. He obviously probably has Sludge Wave. I know I can live one. I decide, knowing that I need Mega B in order to hit hard with Poison Jab, but it probably won't quite kill. I decide just to go for that Focus Blast, try to get the hit there and then get the kill. But here I see he's going for the Flamethrower, and I'm like, he's not going to go for another Flamethrower. He has to go for the Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb, and there it is. So I got the prediction there, and that is good game for me because of that gutsy call. I knew that he would have to go for it. I don't risk, missing with Focus Blast again and then losing Tapu Lele because I knew he would switch it up. I knew after he went for that Flamethrower, he would switch it up to kill Tapu Lele, seeing that I was staying in. And that is the pro play that wins the game, my friends, because Tapu Lele is going to be able to come in, switch its move to Moonblast, and take care of that Goodra. So, wow, man, that really could have gone either way at the end. The mind game at the end was actually pretty fantastic. Definitely, it was even more intense in real time. Yeah, sorry, Captain B-Nard. It sucks to knock you off to 0-2, but he had some really two hard-fought matches. He has to be really proud of himself going, going into the rest of the season. Unfortunately, he did get like a really hard division, but I'm hoping that he can turn it around. It'll be interesting to see how his season progresses. As for the Dolphiones, though, it's really, really, really nice to start 2-0. Because all of my my division mates lost in week 1. This will, keep me in control of the division. But that's one of the things I really want to do in the NGDL3. I have not won a division in any of my 3 draft leagues, and I have lost in the semifinals in all 3 as well. So I really, really would like to break that trend this year, or this season rather. But anyway, today's question of the day has to go with the Pokemon games that got released today. I am, of course, talking about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So today's question today is pretty simple. Have you gotten the games yet? Will you get the games? If you do have the games, tell me what you think about them. And if you haven't gotten the games, why not? As for me, and people have asked me if I'm going to be streaming and posting on YouTube Let's Go content. I am, at this time, am saying probably not. I don't have a Switch yet. I do plan to buy a Switch for Pokemon. Pokemon specifically, but these games are just don't seem to be. I don't seem to be in the demographic for these games. I mean, they did dumb them down a lot, and I'm okay with that to bring new people into the series, people that obviously like the Pokemon Go game, which I do play casually because it's a casual game. But no, I don't mind this at all. It's just that I don't feel like I'm in the demographic of Pokemon. I feel like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is obviously going to stay in the forefront as far as battling goes because they're better battling games. I mean, these games don't have abilities, they don't have items, so hold items rather. So they're definitely aimed for a different crowd. I am still somewhat optimistic that Pokemon 2019 will go back to the traditional formula, and that's probably when I'm going to be getting into the Pokemon Switch games. For now, I'm definitely taking the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. But that's just how I feel about them. Once I do get a Switch, I might pick up one or the other, maybe to try like a Nuzlocke. I know that there's some difficulties with Nuzlocking because apparently some of the gyms require you to catch a certain number of Pokemon. But obviously we can play around those restrictions. So maybe at some point I'll play them, but not for now. I mean, I know they're going to be nostalgic, and once I sit down and play, I'll probably like it, just because of the nostalgia factor. But I just think it's just so odd. Like, if you told me like a year ago, right, that the next Pokemon game would not have abilities or items, but would have Mega Evolutions, I would have called you nuts. Like, I don't know. I'm probably ranting. If you love the games, man, if you like these games, I'm glad. More power to you. I'm gonna shy away for now. That's just my opinion on them. No, yeah. So yeah, just leave a comment. I'm interested to see now that we have these games and we know, we know exactly what they are, and you've gotten a chance, or some of you, I'm sure, have gotten a chance to dig into them. Let me know how you feel about them. I'm really, really interested to hear your thoughts on the games. So yeah, leave a comment about that. And once again. Good game there, Captain B-Nard. And, yeah, we'll maybe see you in the championship. But the Pidgeys are going to have to come back. They're going to have to come back from that 0-2 start. But the Dolphiones are playoff bound. Okay, maybe not. It's still week 2 of the 12-week season. But thanks for watching, guys. My cheesy minions. I will see you guys next time, hopefully. So, yeah. Bye. Later. Go Dolphiones.